the lens of spiritual perfectionism. This is a trap that so many of us fall into once we begin our healing journey and we start to elevate our vibe, clear our energetic blockages and density, and start to really come home to ourselves. In this spiritual paradigm, there are a whole bunch of other things we need to look out for that we can get caught up in. And spiritual perfectionism is one of them. So through this lens, we can often feel that we have to be high vibe and on all the time. No matter what is going on in our personal lives, we've got to be on, we've got to be there, we've got to be super high, and that's just not the reality of this human experience. Even the most amazing spiritual teachers and leaders are human. We're human, and we go through stuff, and we have challenges and struggles and perceived problems. And often we can wear a mask of this spiritual perfectionism, like we've got all the answers. We are so beyond issues, challenges, problems, and struggles. No, absolutely not. The other part of this lens is that we can judge our shadow as weakness and not want to go there and push it away and stuff it away. That is a huge pitfall. We all have a shadow. We need to meet the shadow, our shadow, and accept our shadow, hold space for our shadow, hold and love our shadow. If we were put on this planet to be completely godlike, perfect, we wouldn't be here in a body. So no matter where you are on your spiritual journey, it's one human holding the hand out to another human, and we're all walking this path together. No one is really ahead or behind. We're all where we need to be, and that is perfect. We can tend to want to spiritually bypass our emotions, feelings, and experiences that we do not, that may be inconvenient and we don't want to feel. And we can use high spiritual knowledge and concepts to kind of bypass it. I could give you a million examples, but one is, everything happens for a reason. Well, when you're going through something that really sucks, everything happens, like someone just saying to you, everything happens for a reason, can be really invalidating. And when we're in these various spiritual communities, we tend to use a lot of spiritual jargon, and we dismiss each other. We dismiss the experience people are having. We dismiss the pain. And it's called spiritual ego, and it's something we need to be aware of as we get on our healing journey. The other lens of spiritual perfectionism can be, if I'm truly awakened and I'm healing, and I've been doing this healing for 25 years or whatever, I shouldn't be experiencing this or feeling this. I should be beyond this. Don't fall into those traps. Don't fall into those traps. I can share from personal experience that I have been hurt more by people that I've met on the spiritual journey who claim to be on a healing journey, who claim to be spiritual, who claim to be more elevated. I've been more hurt by those people than anybody. And I have especially found it to be true when you're going to various retreats and things, and it's supposed to be a healing container. It's supposed to be a safe container where we can feel, deal, heal, where we can emote, where everything should be welcome. And I've been in spaces, for example, I used to have a regular healing circle that was at my house, and I was going through something, a few people showed up, and when they got there, I was really in my heart space and opening the container, and I started to cry and share a little bit about what I was going through. Well, the people that came, they got very uncomfortable. And one woman said, well, do you want to skip this week? And I'm like, no. This is a healing container. All is welcome here. We should be able to come here and feel safe to be real and raw and authentic and emote. I was at this retreat in Kauai, Hawaii, and the woman that was facilitating was a self-proclaimed priestess and shaman and this, that, and the other thing. And we were at a round table gathering, and someone shared something and it really touched me deeply, and I started to cry. She looked like she literally glared at me. It was like she wanted to jump under the table, and my emoting was not welcome in that container. I was at a spiritual training where I started emoting because, again, I was touched very deeply, and I had one of the facilitators come up to me and say, oh, you're really sensitive, huh? And I wanted to say, fuck you. Fuck you. So, we get on the healing journey for our reasons, and each and every one of us has a different reason. And we start to go to these retreats and these workshops and have these sessions, and we can find that it's a lot of times because everyone's human and everyone's trying to figure it out. Our emotions are not always held and kept safe. It's not always an all is welcome here party. If you start emoting, people get real uncomfortable real fast. And here is my vow to you. Here's my vow. You will not find that with me ever. Not in any of my sessions, not in your interactions with me in private, not at my retreats. I have experienced enough resistance from spiritual leaders and people that, claim to be this, that, and the other thing. And I'm so grateful for those experiences because it showed me who I don't want to be and what I don't want to do if I'm opening a healing container to anyone. You are welcome here. Messy, chaotic, rageful, maniac, together, loving, not so loving. Wherever you are, I welcome you. 19 hours ago, I posted something about filters and lenses people wear, and there is 5 of them. But the one I wanted to highlight today was the spiritual perfectionism lens, because it almost, to me, that one, maybe because of my experiences and I don't want to project, but that one can feel the most dangerous to me. And so I just wanted to talk about it, put it on the table, be real and authentic about it. Share. And if any of you want to emote, want to me too, these things happened, we get on the spiritual journey and we assume that when we walk into a healing space, it's going to be safe. And that isn't always the case. It's not always the case. And if you wear any of these spiritual identities of having to be high vibe, have to be on all the time, have to be available all the time, you're not allowed to go through your own healing process, and you certainly can't be public about it. And I list those because that was me. That was me. And so let's give each other some grace, hold the space for everything is welcome here, and be real and messy, because being human is super messy, right? The peace, the tranquil moments, the I want to pull my hair out moments. And it should all, in my world, it's all accepted. So I welcome you. I welcome you into this all is welcome here party. In the most amazing capacity I can possibly hold, you will be held, you are safe, you are loved, you are seen, and you are cherished. And I say, fuck off to all of these spiritual masks that we wear. It's a burden that we don't need to carry on top of everything else we are here to learn and hold.